Alrighty guys, welcome. Good morning to you, mate. Appreciate it. Alright guys, let's get cracking. Good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Welcome to another London session. Gold keeps doing its thing, just keeps pushing and pushing. 3,000 is just around the corner, I'm sure of it, to be honest. I've been saying it for how long now, and it is still flying. Yeah, very brave man to sell it at the moment, in all honesty. So I'll probably stick on the side of buyers moving forward on gold. But anyway, let's have a look at what we've got with news, if there is anything in the way of news here today. So obviously we did have ADP early morning my time, so yesterday for you guys. Also services PMI. We've got today some high impact news for the pound, but that is later on into pre-MY, actually just now prior to MY. So that will obviously have a big impact on the pound pairs and obviously GJ. Unemployment claims, so it's a massive week still and very late into the evening. Got the Governor Bailey speaking, so that will also impact the pound, and obviously the big one tomorrow with NFP. Need to be very wary of that. So big few days news wise. It's going to make for interesting moves on the charts likely. Obviously been already quite an interesting week with gold creating some new all-time highs. And to be honest, I think it's just going to continue for the time being. But anyway, that being said, guys, let's get cracking. Let's have a look at the weekly time frame to begin, and what we can see is price is obviously a very strong bullish candle. We've had that high low high into price discovery. People are saying, when's it going to pull back? Stuart pull back. They're probably saying, well, I'm saying there is no proof yet to suggest it's ready to pull back. So until I see evidence, I'm still going to trade to the upside. I don't want to try to pick the top because you could get absolutely burnt. So let's just play in line with the trend. Let's just be patient, play in line with the structure at the moment, and that would be the best thing to do moving forward. It's a strong bullish on the weekly candle. Daily, it's obviously bullish across the board. Flying to the upside, candle probabilities to the upside. Current candle though, an inside bar candle. Obviously going to mark in. Let's mark in the current daily high. Not worry about the previous daily all-time high for now. Not going to bother marking in the low. I'm really not interested in selling it, to be honest. 4 hour, obviously very bullish as well. It won't flip at all until 28.12. That would, at that point, it will trigger a deeper pullback. Maybe just then the local top could be in. We could make it a deeper pullback. But once again, I'm still expecting, even though I'm expecting gold to continue up bullish, doesn't mean I can just buy it based off that. But anyway, we're going to mark in resistance. We're also going to mark in support here at 28.42 roughly. We're going to see what we've got at those levels. Now into the 30. Now the 30 could be technically flipping bearish very shortly, actually. Excuse the barking dog in the background. But again, for me, even if it does confirm that structure flip, rejecting the all-time high, creating that lower high, so that's the high, create a low, lower high. Even if we do create the low, my issue is this: you've just got support after support. I really wouldn't be trusting it for the time being. What have we got the 4 hour? Yeah, so the 4 hour's about to close. What I was going to say is if the 4 hour can even close back down towards this level here, it's much cleaner below it. That's at 28.51, 52 region, sorry. Then I'd probably look for some sells at that point. Short-lived counter-trend sells. It's going to be with the 30-minute structure against the bias itself. That's where I would probably start to contemplate some sell options. But even on the 15 doesn't look like great. So yeah, I'm gonna, to be honest, these levels are potential pullback zones for me to buy it. That's how I'm going to consider them for the time being. So whether it pulls back to 28.55 and forms support, just below it, 28.51, that could also suffice. Or even if it forms support at the current level, I'd be looking for a buy. So I'm gonna just adjust this zone slightly. I'm gonna draw a few zones in, see if we can't get involved in a buy a little bit lower down here above that 28.73.60. I'm even going to check the hourly. I just want to see what it looks like on there. Yeah, the hourly looks pretty good on based off the closure above that point. So if now for me to buy it above that 28.73, the rule I will create right now is I want the hourly to close above because then we can trade it off the hourly time frame. That would be our catalyst. The hourly closing above, clean on the hourly. That point we're likely to retest. What that would mean is wider stop loss, wider target. That's how I would go about that. Otherwise, I'm just going to patiently wait for the pullback to be met by support, or it'll be at the current level or a little bit lower down, and look for my catalyst within price action. Very simple, easy to follow. For me, it's a no-brainer on gold of how to trade at the moment. I would not be trying to sell the top again. The first catalyst could potentially present. The issue with the first catalyst is we're running straight into more support. So once the 30-minute structure flips bearish. Now, okay, that being said, when I would start to consider selling it prior to below this 28.52 region, if we confirm the structure flipping just now, which, all right, we'll just mark it in first of all, below 28.58.73, and then pull back to create that lower high, reject the resistance or equal high, that's when I would consider selling. If and only when that happens. So we need to actually confirm the structure flipping bearish first of all, then wait for it to pull back, create resistance, either create that lower high or equal high, respecting the resistance here at 28.73, which is the daily high by the looks of it. So if we respect the daily high, yep, and reject it again, that's when I might consider a sell. So look, structure bearish, pull back, and then I would consider selling it. Otherwise, it's just a matter of where to look for a buy from, in my personal opinion. So buys above 28.55, mark that in. Buys above 28.52.40. And if we are to sell below 28.52, we need 30-minute closure below, because it's much cleaner on the 30. So we'll put it in, but doesn't necessarily mean I would take that sell. Again, it has to be perfect, guys. So that's currently what I'm looking at. Again, I much prefer to buy it, just stay in line with the actual structure. It's a more probable scenario if you do trade in line with the structure and the overall buy. So today's goal, guys, hopefully that made sense. We've got just over a minute remaining until EU open, until the hourly close. It looks like we'll be flipping a structure, technically now bearish on the 30-minute. Doesn't mean I'll just sell it, like I mentioned before. Wait and see. Today's goal, guys. Let's move on to GJ. Hopefully that made sense. Hit the like button if it did, and let's have a look at GJ. So again, weekly, still forming that strong bearish candle. We're back near that support. I remember from last stream, which was Tuesday, we have bounced back up. We've now since retraced back towards the support yet again. Very strong level of support though. So at this point, it's still a sticking point where price is struggling to break below that 190.20 sort of region. I have tapped into a target though. Daily, nice strong closure on the previous daily candle. Current candle is lower high, lower low. Once again, so we're just like we did just here, guys, how we tapped into support and bounced off. We've tapped into support on the current daily candle. Could we potentially do the same thing? I'm marking the current daily candles high, and let's see what we've got above that level. So structurally bearish though. 4 hour is also technically bearish in structure. Yeah, and it's not going to flip until pretty much above the resistance up around that 193 region. So we're technically bearish in a 4 hour. Now that daily high lines up with the resistance here. Let's just say it's gold flip the structure on the 30. Let's see, have we got that confirmation? Not quite, but I trust the sells more now still if we did pull back up and reject. Anyway, back to GJ. Sorry to digress, guys. So onto the 4 hour yet again. So that's the 4 hour resistance at the daily high. Be looking for options probably either side of that. If we do reject it, it could be options to sell. If we do pop above it, it could be options to buy it. Obviously we're going to mark in support at the current daily candle's low and a previous daily candle's low. If we begin to break that, still looks like we may have enough margin to take it back down on the 4 hour. We'll see what it looks like on the 30. And let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. So we know we're bearish across the board here on GJ. Let's just adjust this zone ever so slightly. Quickly look at it, 15. All right, so we're going to use that. Alrighty then. So that is our zones, the upside and downside. So quite simply for me on GJ today, again, it's in a big strong downtrend. I would prefer to sell it unless I have a catalyst, and that catalyst, this rate will be the structure flipping back bullish above 190, 191 flat basically. So the current move up, look, I hope some of you might be in it. You're looking pretty good. For me, it's just happened right now while I'm analyzing it. I can see it, but I'm not going to jump into it. I'm going to patiently wait for it to pull back, either create the lower high and reject below that resistance, or pull up to that resistance, reject, grab that liquidity from the Asian session highs, and if it does reject, I could at that point there look for my options to sell it. So patience, again, I mentioned it before I got banned on TikTok. I just mentioned patience and I got banned. So on YouTube I can get away with mentioning patience, but it is of absolute virtue no matter what you trade, and I'll stick by that. So I'm just going to wait for it to patiently move to the level I want to get involved, or either the sell or the buy, and that is the best way in my opinion to look at it today. So make of that what you will. Further sells, let's look at it. Yep, further sells below the support around the current daily candles lows, so below 15-minute lows at 189.938. That's where I'll also look for a potential sell, and that's it. Hopefully that makes sense as well, guys. If you could, my loyal team, those who haven't, make sure to hit the like button. And yeah, see what we can come up with. Any questions, feel free to ask. Any pairs, feel free to ask and I'll take a look. The only stream that does it without whinging that you need to send a chart in. The only one that does it. Alright, so Lau, good morning to you, brother. James, good morning, brother. Miss Panita. You're sleeping? Oh, there's the lovely lady. Tommy, good morning to you, mate. Beats, good morning. And Casey, good morning to you. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Members, I'll share with you guys the link. Oh, the soothing voice, apparently. My voice puts everyone to sleep. Even the missus. Almost without fail, every time I stream, she falls asleep. Alrighty guys, feel free to ask questions. Let's get this chat pumping a bit. How's the week been? I'll ask you guys a question. How's it going, guys? How's the week been so far? We managed to spend those break-even trades. We lost this day on EU. Okay, mate. Pages have got a little bit of a win up the sail at the moment. Tommy, trading wise, just those two break evens on, was it Tuesday's stream? I mean, the first one was really well managed because that would have gone into significant drawdown. So, I was, I think I did well managing that to get out break even. The second one, maybe I probably should have left it, to be honest, but yeah. Took me out and 10 seconds later, flew completely, went flying. Right, the all-time high, I think it did. So, is what it is. Nonetheless, good to see the analysis play out. And some of the other guys got involved and managed to secure profit. So what is going on though? Why is NAS all of a sudden flying in? Well, near the all-time high yet again after a massive sell-off. Bitcoin has bounced quite well after a huge sell-off as well. ETH, still can't believe how much that dropped. If that dropped like that, oh god, it'd be scary to see what some of the other lower cap altcoins, how much they dropped in that day, that particular day. All right, so the preference today, it's always gold for me. Look, if we begin to form a little bit of structure here, then there could be an option of gold. I'd rather seeing we've just broken this minor support, even if I was to mark in, just to help explain what I'd rather see right now. I kind of want to be back above that level. It doesn't mean I just want 1 30-minute candle to close above. Would love to see a little bit of this in the 15-minute closure back above that point, and then look for the buy. And I'd be more than content, then that is likely going to be the low for today. We've just swept the daily low. Yep, we've swept the Asian session lows. And again, guys often hear me mention this, how often I see that play out, where we'll sweep the high or low, and then sometimes we'll sustain that move and continue in that direction. Other times it just rejects, grabs liquidity and goes the complete opposite way. So that's what we're going to wait to see. And as far as price action, sales don't look that bad for the next 15. But you just don't have the margin, that's the issue. And it's still technically bullish across the board. Be a very brave person trying to sell it. It still doesn't show up anyway when you search. I have no idea why. Frank, good morning to you, mate. Welcome. If this is a point where GJ rejects, I'd definitely be interested in selling it. I can't, off the back of 15-minute candle, I don't trust it. But if I get the right confirmation from this point here, it would make sense to me. Plus it looks to be the margin, but it is rejecting a bit of support here to the left. It's in a big downtrend, so if it does form resistance just here, then for sure for me that would be a valid option to look for sells from the current level.
Yeah, I was looking at those buys but didn't get in because of those 3 30-minute candles in a row.
Yeah, it looks a bit, I don't know, to me it looks a little bit suspect, to be honest.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't look right, does it?
No, that wick's really off-putting. Because for me the entry is probably not valid until here. But then I'm looking at like, well, kind of feels like it's a little bit too late in a downtrend.
Yeah, that was where I was looking at it, but yeah, as you say, just, you feel like you've missed it already.
Yeah, like if there was like maybe a 15-minute pause and trust it again, or if that wick was cut in half, then different story. You'd probably get involved after that candle, but for me it just kind of feels, yeah, it feels a little bit too late. But we'll see. It'd be nice if this closes strong on the 15 and that little weak pause. That would be fantastic. Yeah. See? How's things, mate? How's it all going?
Yeah, very well, thanks, bro. You?
Nice one. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Been busy. A lovely lady around, and yeah, it's good.
Have you got any trips planned whilst she's across?
Yeah, well, next Tuesday and Wednesday we're spending a couple nights right next to Crown Casino, which is, it's honestly like only 20 minutes away from where I live anyway, but it's just, I'm just booking nice. It's actually an Airbnb right there, and we just chill and not have to worry about driving and all that. Yeah, and I can also knock off a few other things at the same time, showing around the actual city center, things like that. Probably head to Sydney maybe sometime in March, just for a couple of days as well. Nothing major, but yeah, most of it's just local, mate.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, around the coast a bit. There's, you know, Great Ocean Road's beautiful roads to drive around, and probably go around there a bit as well. Yeah, had a nice meal yesterday. It's a Greek restaurant. Weather's been playing its part, which is good. This is the warmest summer I've had in years in Melbourne.
Did you say summer? Your summer right now?
Yeah. It's the most stable summer we've had in years too. Normally it's like 1 or 2 warm days and it's freezing. Well, not freezing, but I mean back to 20 or 19, 20, 21, 22 degrees for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, freezing, man. Don't know how you do it.
Well, look, it's not, I know it's not cold, but I mean in summer when, you know, when you have the 40 degrees days, it's a reprieve. It's a welcome reprieve, to be honest, when you get that, you know, change and it drops to 20 degrees all of a sudden. But it's been really stable for the most part. Temperature's been warm, really warm, a little bit too warm to be honest, up around the 30s for the most part, into the early 40s, and yeah, it's been hot. But even the days it hasn't been hot, it's been really nice and mild. 25, 26, 27, so uncharacteristic. Because those of you who've been to Melbourne, or those who live here or know here, know exactly about the weather. It's just bananas. You have to dress for all occasions when you come into Melbourne. Always say keep a jacket in the car. Always have to keep a jacket or something in the car, just in case. You never know. 15 is not the best closure at the moment. So what else can we look out for? 30-minute engulfing. That would be fantastic. For very strong candle, engulfing the body. May also suffice. I mean, the issue here, if this closes back weak bullish, just kind of resembles a pause, this bearish candle. And to me, it's not a strong enough indication of potential reversal. Plus, if this closes weak bullish, then the M30 is going to close pretty much like so. And that looks very tricky to me. I'd be concerned it could just be a bit of a pause, to be honest. Alright, how did gold close the 15? It's tempting to sell it, in all honesty. As far as just based off pure price action, but it would be very risky against the structure, against everything. Plus, you're at 30-minute support. I can't sell it as much as it's good to do so. I can't do it because we're pretty much tapped into the support just now. So I'm just gonna chill. I'm not gonna look for the sells. I'm gonna force any counter trend sell in the moment. Trying to look at other avenues to stream and use Twitch, but it doesn't seem like they get any views. Not sure. I've pretty much given up on TikTok. I might start an account just to upload videos and that, but streaming's just maybe once a month or once a week or something max. Just not worth it.
Is that because you keep getting banned?
Yeah, they're just really strict with it. Like, so I can't even appeal this time, and I'm sure I'd win. Because last time I did. But I can't, it just locked me straight out. The only way it can be appealed is if followers appeal, apparently. So you guys can appeal it. You can apparently send a appeal about a live stream or something that you feel was unfairly banned. I think you just send a profile name. Apparently, I don't know, because I had to look at it on I googled it, as you do. I have no idea how that works. So yeah, it's frustrating. Just gonna have to learn Hindi. That's all. In all honesty, that's the market for it.
Is it for the streams?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. All the big numbers are for the Indian streamers. That's being, you know, probably work. I'm gonna think of it. Stereotyping, so it's probably not just this, probably that continent, the subcontinent streamers. So I'm assuming it'll be some from Pakistan as well. Yeah, but definitely that sort of region. That's where the demand is, and they have massive numbers. I like what I'm seeing though. I'm liking, because I think, I can't remember who mentioned it to, I think it was Ben actually mentioned it to me a while ago, is the numbers have been down on a lot of streams apparently. Well, I think a lot of it was to do with the prop firm industry and a lot of people getting absolutely wrecked and scammed and had enough of it. So it's good to see that is a wonder, and FTMO are now pretty much the same, the one business, aren't they? Owned by FTMO.
Yeah, that's mad, yeah.
Yeah, so that's huge, man. That's really good. Because they're obviously, that's legitimate. I wonder it's not gonna you know, get involved in with FTMO or any prop firm if it's not. They've got too much to lose. A1da's, in my opinion, probably the safest broker, the safest houses. My only issue with A1da was the spreads were, even on the raw spread account, was just a little bit too much. But otherwise, I highly recommend A1da. If you're not so concerned by spreads and you're maybe a longer term trader, yeah, I'd without doubt be using A1da. I mean, RC Markets is also good, but A1da were really good. I used to get calls from them all the time, make sure everything was okay. They'd respond often within like an hour or two to any email. So that really, I think, legitimizes the industry. All right, GJ looking interesting. What I'm liking is if we were to draw on a horizontal just here, we're back below previous support. So what I'd like to see is probably at this rate a minimum bearish engulfing body. Engulfing that body. So we'll see, we've got 7 minutes remaining. That's very enticing though, to be honest, if to jump on board FTMO. Smarties, good morning, mate. Welcome. Copying it for yawning live. This is asking why am I yawning live. Alright, so we're looking at GJ, guys. We want at least an engulfing the body, bearish engulfing that bullish candle's body. And for me, that'd be enough, because we are currently rejecting previous support here to the left. We are definitely in a big downtrend. Could this be the height of the pullback? What would give me enough confidence to suggest maybe it is if we have that strong closure in the next 4 and a bit minutes. If it doesn't and closes as is, then that potentially suggests to me this might be a bit of a pause before we head up. Again, I'm not that comfortable buying it though right now. Look, unless we close right up near the high, have we got the margin though to take some counter trend entries? Yeah, possibly. So that's the only way I would consider buying it, because at least we've now had that pause. So similar to here, similar sort of handle as well, long upper wick. But if we were to engulf it, or close very close to engulfing it, then that would be enough to suggest to me that maybe we could make the move up to the resistance. Alright, be able to get involved. But I still would prefer to sell, so it is with the bias, it is with the structure, and it's always safer trading with the bias and structure. Gold, to mention, I would also prefer to buy it. Now let's see. My idea on gold is to let it create a little bit of consolidation on the 15 and then push it back above 28. Is it 28.62.65? I'm really not keen on selling it, to be honest. BJ appears to be stuck at the current level. This is probably the worst possible closure if it closes as is. It just means we really need to wait. Not strong enough confirmation to buy it, in my opinion, or is it any real confirmation to sell it? Actually. Not the best closure. So we don't yet have minor support. We've got a very weak closure in that last bearish 15-minute candle. Closed down 30, weak bearish candle for high, low, higher, high to that bullish candle. I honestly don't have a catalyst. It is a potential point of reversal, but that being said, I still don't have an actual catalyst to take the trade, to take a sell. So even though I think it may, if it breaks low of that previous M30 bearish candle, I think it may pop down. I don't have my right confirmation, so I can't, once again, can't trade what I think, go trade and react to what I see happening, and unfortunately that's not quite the catalyst. has Mr. Trump been up to? Bit of Bank of Japan news today, my time. Gradual rate hike in a timely manner, Bank of Japan, so that should bode well for strength in the yen moving forward. Probably due, obviously, for some rate hikes. They've been negative rates for how long? And note that 0.75 rate will still be negative in real terms, probably. I'm sure what's saying. I think here they're likely to cut, even though probably shouldn't be cutting. Alright, so GJ's broken a lot of the previous candle. Got no upper wick as well, so even if I was looking to get in, I still don't have that confirmation as well. So to me, it's, I can see it, but it's not a probable entry in accordance to my plan. So I'm not gonna, again, not entering that. Interesting on gold. This is good. This is what we want to see. A bit of a rejection just now. Even if it's the 15 it closes bearish and next 15 close bullish back above, then that would be good enough. I would definitely react to that. Franco, sorry mate, I forgot to turn that down. Thank you for making me aware of that. This silver is also been moving. Can't say I'm all that impressed, to be honest. Just want to keep stacking and stacking. Still gonna keep stacking, but I obviously want to buy it when it's lower and higher. Still a very undervalued metal though. More of an industrial metal, but also, what does he call it, precious metal? My IG link, it's not, is it? Interesting. All right, thank you for letting me know. I'll quickly see if I can log in. Interesting, because it's, why is that not letting me, what am I doing wrong here? I'm not seeing something. There should be a share button. I don't know, I've just done that. That's the exact same address as in a link down below, so it doesn't actually let me change anything. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. That's really strange. Anyway, I see it's just, obviously it's the, I'll just type it in. But make sure you are following the one for tick. That's the official one. The others are all scams if there is one. That's the IG profile. Alright, so GJ's, there was a bit of a reversal. Again, not quite have the catalyst to sell it. Yeah, it's given enough to actually secure some profit. That's all good. Gold potentially set up. Really want this to close bearish. This 15-minute candle. That's the first thing I want to see. Or if not, if this one closes really strong bullish followed by a bit of a pause back above 28.6260, then that would also be enough. It just needs some sort of resistance and breaking of it in order to trust the buyers at the moment. I'm not taking it based off one 30-minute closure because it's still below previous support, so we still reject. Yeah, Casey, let me know if you can. You found me on IG now. Okay, it's working on my end when I click on it. Obviously, TikTok one won't be working anymore though. Got it? Yeah, one was still probably me because I did start one initially, but I didn't realize I wasn't using my original profile just started, I think. So I didn't really upload anything onto that. I made one video, so I can't remember. But make sure you just you're following the one for tick. That's verified, so that's me. Alright, so potentially the first tick here on gold in the next 3 minutes and 45 seconds. GJ's just a bit of a mess at the moment. Very tricky. It's just popped back up to create the upper wick. I want to do some more vlogs be honest, me and the missus when we're out and about, but we're both a little bit too shy. Especially flashing camera in people's face, and I just can't do it. Alright. Because I know how I think, to be honest. Half the time I see someone walk around videoing, I get like, what's this dickhead doing? Look at gold, it's tapped into the support, the current daily low. Look how it's bouncing off it right now. So again, if this was closed weak, I still want to be above 26.62 though. However, would be worth an early entry. Let's just suss this out a bit. Have we actually tapped into the 30-minute support? Not quite. Let's go down to the 5, see what's going on. Alright, 5's consolidating, so really the 5 we need a closure above it. That closure above it's likely going to close back above 28.62. Yeah. I think the early entry could be very risky. I'm just going to stick to the original plan. Oh, morning, mate. Morning to you. Welcome. All is well. Looks like I haven't missed much on charts. No, nothing yet, mate. I'm looking for gold buys. I really want it back above 28.62.60 though. It could be crossing off the first rule, ticking off. Got that minor resistance potentially forming down to 15. Now just like to see bullish engulfing, and that could be enough, preferably again above that 28.62. Not keen on selling it, to be honest. It doesn't look bad at 15, but you're basically at 30-minute support just now, so in a big uptrend as well. GJ is being tricky again. Wow, so rejecting quite strong now on gold. Yeah, you don't even have the margin to sell it either way. I'm not going to trust the sells. I'm not going to get FOMO. Now tapped into 30-minute support. I'm just leaving the sells alone for the time being. The good thing in regards to sells now is this candle closes below this wick here. And I would say it's now flip bearish technically if it does close below. So that would open up the sell options more. So it'd be nice if it actually made the move down, then pull back, lower high, rejection. That's when the sells like 28.60 sort of come into play. And I still definitely look for the buys from lower down, 100%. But weekly still forming a really strong bullish candle. Or we're just pulling back within it, or we head back up. Daily, we're not breaking any daily lows or anything at any of those levels I've marked in. So for me, the buys lower down, even better. Especially if it creates a clean move just now. Wow, look at that. That's how much has that been happening on gold. In some ways and in some aspects it's good, and you know, especially if you're involved in a trade, in a winning trade. But this volatility is just make it very difficult. It makes it very difficult to get involved because a lot of time you, like for me for instance, I'm waiting for a closure of the candle to see what the lowest point might be so I can line up the entry. And in this sort of case where it just drops, it doesn't give you an option, even if you were looking for that sell. Unless you just sell it on the closure, which is very risky. It's extremely risky. What happens if it pops down and just breaks the upper wick and continues bullish? That's why, in my opinion, it's so important to follow some really strict but solid rules. No matter if it means you're going to miss out on some entries, it's likely going to save you in the long run. Alright, and look at that, bouncing off that next support at 28.55. I would prefer buyers, but on M30 could get a closure below 28.58.43. Be a pause entry possibly. Yeah, but the problem with that is it's tapped into to target. That's my issue right now. Yes, for sure. Yeah. Thing is, once and if it does close below this wick, what I'm then going to do is just shift this to here, shift that to there, sells below, buys above the resistance, sells below it. At least if playing like the 30-minute structure, at least it's technically would have flipped. What other confluences can you use? You got the 4-hour low, high, low, low as well. Before I pull back up to retest this high, only to reject, that's another further catalyst to sell it. If it pulls back up to its high and starts to pop back above the resistance, that's a catalyst to buy it, bouncing at a port on a 30. So right now, that's all I'm doing, just gathering reasons to look for the sell or the buy, whilst it's sort of in between the two levels. So patiently planning. Or planning and waiting patiently, that's what I should be saying. And are we gonna flip the structure? It still could pull back up. Still got plenty of time. I'm really liking the 15. I'm really liking the 15. Based off that, I'd be satisfied with just a closure back above the resistance on 15. We're looking at 15, you can even drag this down a little bit. You can probably drag it down to there. That lines up with the most recent swing. Yeah, so that's what I'd be looking at. 28.61.83. So I've just dragged that down a little bit. That's where I want to see it close above. Is it back above bodies that are candles here to the left? And if it does close above, you're likely going to be entering, or it's likely going to close above that 28.62.40 anyway. That sort of level. So we'll see. We've got 8 and a bit minutes until it's session open. GJ, not much I can do with it just now. Quickly look at some of the other pairs. GU approaching support. Yeah, at support, very tricky to cross that sell. PU's that's a mess. I hate these slow trickles where it's kind of consolidating, but consolidating downwards. To me, it just shows there's no momentum. And the issue with that is every time I look to get involved, I'd be concerned it could just end up doing what it's done the whole way down. Pauses, close back bullish, not bearish, then back bullish. Much cleaner below 103.658. And what I'd be saying is if it makes a clean move down to that point, bounces off, I'll just look for the buys based off it. Bounce, tapping into a 4-hour support. You've also got the weekly bullish. Flip back bullish after tapping into some support here. Did mention it at the beginning of the week. Mentioned on GJ is now trending back towards the lows. Mentioned on EU too that it is potentially a level where it could bounce, but you need to wait for some sort of catalyst to suggest that it may do so. So you've had that yesterday after the bullish engulfing Tuesday closure. Doesn't make it easy, doesn't mean it's an easy buy. It looks nice on a daily, but once you look for your time frames to execute on, the 30, the 15, 5, whatever, it may not have been as easy. GU is obviously the same. AU, the majors are all obviously following each other. EJ following the path of GJ, as it often does. One of those ones on EJ where I always say to the guys, you gotta always ask yourself where you're at. And it's, yes, it looks to be in a big downtrend, but there is no clean area to sell it from. You're selling into support here. Just need to patiently wait. If you really want to just sell it, then you just got to wait for it to pull back in again. Or let it create a clean move. Create the impulse, then pull back, and then sell it from below the current low. And buys, again, you gotta have a pretty solid reason to buy it. At this rate, it's not until you pop back above really this point. So you've definitely got confirmation of structure flipping. And it's much cleaner. GCAD. It's an absolute mess at the moment. Yeah, that looks nasty. All right, gold popping down again. All right, London open, guys. So gold at support. No limit orders here because we've tapped into target, so it's not, again, it's not valid. I'm not avoiding a trade. I'm just following my strict rules, so there is no entry. GJ is just rat shit at the moment. That's horrible. Merthia, what about GU? News coming also. Yeah, news is going to obviously impact it, so going to be careful trading it. Looks a bit tricky at the moment, in all honesty, but since you've asked and there's no entry right now, let's quickly analyze it. So the weekly, similar to EU, but it's not actually tapped into a higher time frame target to have bounced at the current level. But that being said, it's broke the low and it's now broke the high. Normally suggests grab liquidity to continue upwards in this instance. This is just marking the high. Don't have that much margin though off that level. But it's technically this Thursday, so I'd call it bullish. Daily, sorry, structurally is bearish. Now, previous candle closed on a long upper wick, respecting some resistance here to the left. If we begin to break below that previous candle, that was just as a high probability we could make a deeper pullback as well, rejecting some previous support here as well. So, kind of conflicting story in the higher time frames right now. Let's see what we've got in the 4 hour. Well, the 4 hour suggests we are bullish as well, but back below some resistance, fast approaching support, which is at that previous daily low. So at this rate, it's all about that previous daily low, in my opinion, how price reacts to it. And that will probably dictate where you'd be looking to take trades today, as far as if it's a buy or potential sell. Resistance, I'm going to mark in there. 30-minute is bearish, so therefore the bias is neutral. Weekly and 4 hour bullish, 30, and the daily being bearish. So for the sells right now, the options for me are definitely below 4 hour support, and that's below that previous daily candles low. You got daily counter probabilities on your side at that point. 30-minute structure on your side, you got clean traffic. So definitely be interested in selling it below 124.635. Now, seeing the weekly is still currently bullish, the candle itself. And if we do respect the previous daily candles low, even if we briefly broke it, only to close back above, then I'd be looking for a little bit of a catalyst from support to buy it against the 30-minute structure, but using that weekly candle. And obviously the 4 hour structure being bullish, respecting a 4 hour support. So that's where I'd be looking for my options to buy it at this rate. And aside from that, pullbacks for a sell. Let's see what we've got on 15. Yeah, I'll probably just use that as the resistance. Yeah, so I'd be looking for pullbacks for a sell below 124.90 roughly. And it could be early buy options, but there's just no margin, so I'd be looking for, I mean, the good thing is on GU you can often get a really tight stop loss, so you can still target your 1-to-1 on most occasions, even if you've only got 8 pips to target. So I would consider the early buys, even just get to break even, so taps into that point. You've also, that point at 4 hour will be breaking its own high again after creating lower low, lower high to the previous, so that doesn't necessarily need to do so if it was to continue bearish just now. And once again, rejection, if it does reject around that 124.850 to 90, I can't see anything wrong with looking for a sell. So hopefully that makes sense. But seeing the neutral bias, in my opinion, it's can trade in either direction, but seeing we're closer to 4 hour support, probably best look for the buys at this stage. All good, mate, all good, not a problem. Is this going to be the level that gold forms support at? What can we talk about, guys? Meantime, anyone follow basketball? Anyone in the chat? I know most of you follow football, what version we call soccer, the round ball version. Some of you follow rugby. Assuming the one or two Aussies might follow Aussie rules. Or rugby league, and that obviously that's a big thing here as well. Aussie rules and rugby league. Hell, no such thing as soccer, football. Yeah, obviously, like here in the States, we've got our own versions of football, footy, so it is kind of disrespecting though, isn't it? It is after all the world game, so I'd say Aussie rules is exactly a world game. The name says itself. It's Australian football. It's Aussie rules. Sam, the man. Love rugby from South Africa. Rugby's okay. I've never really gone into it. It's not huge here in Melbourne. Obviously, it's Aussie rules is bigger here. By far and away the main sport in Melbourne. Not that I watch it, to be honest, anymore. It's changed way too much. Become boring. Sam, grinding past 50k challenge, nice one. I wish you the best of luck with that. It is a grind, just be patient. Just be really patient with it. GJ coming back down. Franco? No, it's Thursday, mate, so Fridays I'm up way too early. And won't be my friend. So looking at gold, I mean, the 15-minute looks like a really nice, easy sell, but to be honest, for me, it's trusting a sell. It's very hard when it's so bullish. All this does is shift my potential entry points. That's all it's done. Cheers, Franco. You too, mate. All the best. I'll likely be on stream tomorrow. Likely. Can't promise, but I should be right. Should be right. We've got all the members sorted, so taking care of them. Rick, long time, mate. Hope you're well. I've heard you've been busy in the morning, so good to see you in the chat. Hope you're well, brother. Welcome. Always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Mr. Rick makes his return. That's it, Carl. He's back. Just what YouTube needs, to be honest. You weren't training? Oh, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Back on charts. Nice one. It's good to take a break as well, though, for, you know, heard you've been working hard. Have things going on. I always find I come back really well after taking a little bit of time off. Sharif, all good, mate. All good. That should apply to all the members, so your next payment will be skipped whenever that is.
I missed the answer to Franco's question. Are you doing New York today?
No, mate. Unfortunately, I've got way too an early start on a Friday to do it.
Yeah, no worries.
But yeah, hopefully when the clocks change, I mean, for the most part during my winter, I was actually on for Thursdays MY, because it's a lot more friendly when the clocks all change time wise. Means 10 PM as opposed to midnight MY open. I mean, even just doing what I was doing a lot, you probably may remember, was they're doing an update. I was just jumping on a live call, hanging around for it to see if something would eventuate for a bit. I'll do a lot more of that once the times change again. Alright, so gold, not looking bad. If it is to close bullish just now, I really want it to rip and close near its high. Otherwise, I prefer it to close bearish and bullish engulfing in the next 15, and then I look to buy it. Oh. All good, mate. All good. You take care. Thank you. As always, appreciate the support. Anything changing on the majors? No, they're all melting. We got the 5 minute. Not a great deal. Alright, so it looks like we're closing bearish in the 15, so going to be pretty simple rule now, and that would be for next 15-minute candle to, I mean, preferably engulf, but if not engulf, close up near the high. And I could definitely look for some options to buy it. I'd be interested in looking for buyers. So again, very simple to follow. That's what I'll be looking at just now. Close bearish. I'm not interested in buying it above the bearish candles high. I still need to wait for confirmation, and that confirmation will also give me a closure on a 30-minute being back bullish at support at a predetermined level. I'd like to get involved in a trade. So simple rule to follow right now on gold for entries. Jay, good morning to you, mate. Hope you are well. And updating. So man, do you use 15 and 30-minute time frame for entries? Yeah, they're the stronger time frame confirmations. The catalyst based on those two time frames are definitely stronger. Gold, I will look at the 5-minute as well to add confluence. But yeah, for the most part, I'm happy to trade it off the 15. But it's always best to time in with 30-minute closure. So they're the main two execution timeframes. Obviously, I do look at the higher timeframes as well, just to give me a general feeling of direction, where we're at. Obviously, in the higher timeframe picture, what candle probabilities I've got, if I do have any. Again, it's based off previous candles. And obviously, how the weekly candle is, seeing we are Thursday. So, towards the end of the week, I'm also concerned by the current direction of the weekly, and that is very bullish. So, to be honest, I really would prefer to buy it. So let's see. This is looking good, but I just don't want it to fly now. If it does, again, the area is correct, just didn't get the right confirmation. I'm not gonna just jump in. Patiently gonna wait for the rule to present, and if it does, fantastic. Oh, what can you do? Move on. Trading. Not meant to be exciting, to be honest. Kind of like a really long game of chess. Just gets drawn out for that's what it feels like at times. Just waiting for the market to create its next move, and then you're looking to pounce. Once again, I'm not interested in selling it below the next support. First of all, you don't really have the margin to do so. Yeah, it's about, once you count for spread, you'd be lucky to get 10 pips out of that. Plus, I'd be concerned that this could be the point where it bounces. For me, this does nothing, absolutely nothing to shift my focus from being bullish, to be honest. Just a healthy pullback, that's all it is at the moment. There is no high time frame catalyst just yet. There's nothing to suggest to me that the top might be in. Doesn't mean it can't be, it might be, could be the top, but I just don't have any confirmation to think that we're currently created the top. Previous daily low target, then back up. Yeah, I mean it could. 28.40. Let's just see what's at that level. Yeah, there's a fair bit of support at that point. I mean, it'd be a very healthy correction. Is there any news breaking? Remember, there is a lot going on news-wise. And with all the tariffs being slapped left, right, and center from China onto US and US onto China and all the other countries. Anything could shift at any point, and gold is just absolutely melting right now. Wow. I know there's some in this. Fantastic. I'm wrapped. I'm happy if people are profiting. I just had no reason to sell it, so I'd rather let it go. Rick, your chart is that okay? Almost swept it. Yeah, that's fair enough. That happens. Could be a matter of an hour or two difference, and yeah, so like an hour. It's usually an hour. Sorry, an hour difference, and that yeah could mean you've got your daily low higher up. Look at that. Right, so the sells are starting to make more sense now, at least, because you've got the 30-minute structure bearish. You're starting to pop into an area of pretty clean traffic. You've tapped into some support in 15.
What do you think about GU sales, Justin?
Yeah, wow, that looked good. Especially if it breaks its own low again. Yeah, probably best to wait for the 30 closure.
Yeah, that's
definitely. Yeah, if it closes below, I think it looks good. Yep, that looks really good. Just wouldn't want it to close like this though. That's, yeah, and I hate when it leaves massive wicks. Does it retest?
Yeah, I'm thinking of 5 minutes just tapping back in.
Yeah. Yeah, looks pretty good. Gold again doing what it originally did at both the other levels of support market, bouncing off, but the other 2 times it dropped below it. They're doing the same thing now. So it's reacting to the levels. So is it going to bounce off one of them? Or is it just going to continue to melt? That's just something we need to wait and see. One sec, guys. Nice. YouTube.
No, he's work.
Sorry, guys. Alright, 2 and a bit minutes left. Let's see, GU. Wow. GU looks really good, really good.
Don't want it to push too much in this next few minutes.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it to completely melt just now, but yeah, it's still got plenty of room. That's the thing. Stop loss has to be at 15. Let's watch it for a sec, because there's nothing on gold just yet. Yeah. I mean, it's still valid though. It's still into very clean traffic. Have you got a 5-minute? The only other option is if this melts and close below, looking for a limit order sell at the low of the 5-minute candle, but it doesn't look like it might have the legs right now. You know what I'd be doing? I'd be sell stopping at sell limit, sorry. It's not actually tapped in. You're very close to it, but it's not actually tapped in. I'd sell limit below of the support, and I'd look for otherwise a decent upper wick, and probably just go for using that as a stop loss, trusting it, and then looking for a continuation sell. That's what I'd be doing personally. I think it still looks good, but wow, look at that now. Volume. Yeah, that's... Wouldn't have thought that would happen, but again, markets can do anything, are unpredictable. Yeah, it's still valid, but it's definitely made a big push now. I mean, even a limit order is not probable to get tagged in. I don't know if I've said it quite often of late. I'm sorry if it annoys people, but I don't know if you guys have seen this as well. You've noticed this on the charts where of late you often see the upper wick or lower wick greatest a lowest point or a highest point for that particular moment, and you actually see it, the body move to that level, for instance. So that would be the lowest point, but you don't actually see the body create that lower wick. I don't know if it's the volume. It could be something as simple as the internet. I don't know, but I've just seen it happen all over the place right now. I've got a feeling it's to do with the volume, because things are definitely moving. They've been moving since the start of the year. And what I mean is, often what I've seen of late is this will be the low wick. You'll see it print as far as the candle itself. See it prints at that point, but it's got a lower wick for whatever reason, lower down. I don't know, again, I don't know if it's the volume or hard to know. For me now, the next potential entry point for gold is likely going to be, well, unless it consolidates at this point, and then look for a buy. I think it's now best above 28.55. It's a bit of 5-minute resistance. How's the foil looking? Still a couple hours left. Okay, so far it's respecting the 15-minute support, 28.50. Look at that. Wow. I was going to mention it before to Tommy. Have you got buy limits at 28.50 today? Because it's literally, you know, dropped to about 10 pip drawdown, but it's since bounced off it. How's GU looking? Are you taking GU sells, James, or you ignore it? You're just leaving it for the time being?
No, I had a limit order set, but I just deleted it.
Yeah. It's just, it made a massive move. It's unfortunate. It is what it is, but at least now it's a clean move, so makes a clean pullback.
As you say, if it pulls back and taps in, it looks right, but just at the moment it looks.
Yeah. I'd still contemplate the limit order. I probably wouldn't set it. I'd probably just wait and see how price approaches, and it looks like prior to it we might be exhausting. Then I'd probably go for a small entry with the stop loss back above. That's really tight stop loss. That's only 5 pips. I mean, you could do that.
GJ is doing something similar as well, so I don't want to take GU and then wish I'd waited for GJ.
Oh yeah. Yeah, GJ is just a little bit lagging. Open the blind.
I feel more comfortable trading GJ than GU.
Yeah, I do too. To be honest, that's why I gave GU the flick, for that reason. Tough guys, there's just nothing I can get involved in. I'm still not convinced by the sells unless it's upon the pullback just now. That's when I start to trust the sells, but to buy it, I need to see a little bit of structure forming. It's been a big sell-off. Yeah, I think for me, for gold, the sells solid pullback, clean pullback, rejection. Just be looking for a lower high to sell it, right? And then obviously catalyst GJ, still like it below potentially 189.90. But it could respect this support. I'm not convinced by buying it as well. It's, you know, pretty solid downtrend. But if I was to consider buying it, I definitely need, again, a bit of structure to form to trust it. Similar to what we had here, but without that wick, and then there possibly could have been some entries very early today on the stream before the stream. But if that eventuated minus that wick, that's when I would consider a buy of maybe it could be a double bottom forming. That could be the low for today. So that's what I'll be looking at, to be honest, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna call it because it's gonna be a long wait if I can get anything for the time being. So yeah, rank TP gold 28.45.81. So you're looking at previous resistance. That's a decent target. Yeah, so good luck with that, mate. I hope you managed to get there. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. Again, thank you one and all for showing some support and being on the stream. I do appreciate it. It is tricky these days, very difficult, but we will persist. Again, not the best day for trading, but nothing lost, so it's what it is. Yeah, members, yeah, I won't be on fair play. I'll probably drop some charts later into the MY update section, and I should be on stream tomorrow, guys, so we'll probably more than likely see you then. Alrighty, guys, take care. Cheers, mate. Great save, team, and yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good one. Cheers, guys. Bye.